There's no longer a day-to-day routine. Our life now is so different from what it was before. Location independent is basically a more articulate way of describing our lifestyle of being voluntarily homeless. It just means that we don't have a single location that we call home.
There came a point when we were traveling so much that we thought to ourselves, what if we didn't live anywhere? What if we just traveled full time and lived in the world?
I'm Elia Locardi.
I'm Naomi Locardi.
We're travelers, artists, and photographers. We just wrapped up a 2-week photo tour in Tokyo, and we left about halfway through the day to a town called Fuji Yoshida. This town has the best view of Mount Fuji. It's pretty awesome, actually. If I could sum up Japan in one photo, this would be it. It has a pagoda, Mount Fuji, and cherry blossoms all in one spot. The tricky part is the cherry blossoms have such a short window of blooming, and they're so prone to damage from the weather that sometimes you only have 2 or 3 days each year that you can capture the shot. We just arrived on location. It's 1:30 in the morning, but sometimes you gotta get up that early. So we're gonna hike to the top, look at the beautiful Terada Pagoda and Mount Fuji in the background. Time to climb all those stairs, head to the top, see what happens. I love to be in Japan as much as possible. There's so much here to see and do. And Japan has this way of connecting with certain people, and there's this harmony in everything you see, everything you do. Yeah, that looks pretty good. Looks like finally, after hours, Mount Fuji is going to show itself.
Next stop, Kyoto. 7-Eleven and Family Mart convenience stores are actually one of the easiest and cheapest places to find food in Japan.
Motorway rest stop sushi. Top quality. The reality of the most beautiful places in the world is they're also the busiest. The only way that we can beat people there is be the first ones on location.
But getting the chance to experience these places by yourself without anyone else is actually really special.
No matter where I am in Japan, I always feel comfortable and totally at peace. For me, it just does something to my soul. We are going to a high-class sushi joint. It's so sophisticated and fancy that everything comes out on conveyor belts. This is the future.
This life has so many amazing opportunities that it's given us, but it's definitely not without its challenges.
Things like staying connected, office setup, blogging. Sometimes the most simple things can become the most complicated. Our possessions are also severely limited. We don't have a home, so we have to travel with clothes for 4 seasons. Most of the time we sacrifice luxuries for the sake of maintaining this lifestyle.
And in a way, we're totally isolated from our family and friends. Hey Dad, it's me. You miss out on a lot of things being away, and Japan was nice. Unable to stay in contact.
But on the other hand, we never take things for granted. The challenges, the ups, the downs.
We were on a completely different path at one time where we thought money and possessions defined us, but we found that we weren't happy. It wasn't fulfilling. And if that wasn't it, what was it that we really wanted? We just decided to take this huge leap of faith and sell everything. We knew in our hearts that we wanted to put the value on the things that we were doing instead of the things that we had.
Tuscany is one of those places where I just want to spend as much time as possible. The hills, the valleys, the vineyards. There are hundreds of little towns, thousands of little farmhouses. Nothing looks like Tuscany. We just got to Valdorcia, beautiful place in Tuscany, probably the most photographed because everywhere you look, it's just stunning. Italy is where I really fell in love with photography and travel. We originally came here just to visit family, and I'd always been interested in photography, but up until that point, I'd never really considered it more than just a hobby. When I really started exploring, it was like having an awakening. I had never felt more creative in my life. Something with my photography just clicked, and I knew there was something there. Well, we're leaving Tuscany today. It's a little rainy, but that's all right. Heading to the coast. Sometimes you visit for a week and it rains and you don't get any shots, and the next time it's sunny the whole time and it's too sunny. Part of photography is just putting in the time. I'm drawn to places where humans have bonded with the environment in extraordinary ways. Ancient temples, seaside villages, places where rich architectural history meets the natural world. At the core, I want my photography to trigger a strong emotional response. I want my work to communicate all the fascination, the love, experience, sensations of personal discovery, all the things I feel when I'm standing in these beautiful places. This is the finale, the sunset finale. It's pretty, right? This is just cool.
We were always kind of geared for this lifestyle in a way. We thrive on change. No matter where we are, we're constantly planning what our next location is going to be. We're constantly figuring out the booking of the cars, the booking of the travel, the research for times of year, times of day.
Grazie.
Getting to travel the world totally changes your perspective in a way that only travel can. And even though it's this weird life with all these ups and downs, highs and lows, it's the path that we've chosen. It's our path. And we get to share these experiences with each other.
Life is a series of actions, decisions. You grab hold of the things that catch your eye, the things you love, the things you want, need, and desire. But other times, it's about letting go, pushing past the things you think you need to find the things you really need.
So that you can be open to the opportunities that life puts before you.
And in the end, we only regret the chances we didn't take.
That we look back on and say, man, I should have gone for it.